Yep. He was never, I spent 3 weeks away from him while I got settled at rehab and waited for his space. Other than that, he has never left me. And you said you wanted a general, Roddy? And guys, bear with me. It only takes a few minutes for the reading, and then I'll be back to full-blown chatting. Okie dokie. Well, thank you, Jess. Yes, I have my son. There was a 3-week interval where he couldn't be with me in rehab. That's the only time he was away from me. Thank you, Jennifer. $10. My payment info is in the link tree in the bio. I'm glad for your sister. Roddy, quick question for you. Do you have or plan to have your own business? Thought so. To the point that you've let go of things that you loved to have it. I have both the King of Wands and King of Pentacles, which are both career-oriented energy. Wands being the career, Pentacles being the money. This could have been changing jobs, but with this and the cards after, I got the vibe very strongly of your own business. I probably will be starting soon, KT. It's funny that you said that, because I do have the Hierophant. I don't know if you were in here earlier, but this is a card of higher learning. Typically about religious things, but whatever. It's a learning card at its root. That's funny that came up. I almost thought it was marriage with what was placed, but that makes sense. I have the 8 of Cups, which tells me that you either have left or were planning to leave. So it's funny you said that. The 8 of Cups is typically 7 cups standing up and a guy walking away with his 8th. Left behind things that he loved and didn't want to leave so that he could have the better chance. And it worked. Hopefully. We don't know. I also had the Star right after the 2 Kings, which is a card of hope. This tells you nothing is impossible so long as you have faith and believe. You do not have to be religious. Just believe you can do it. Even if all you do is pray before bed, I will have my business. Go to sleep and wake up. I will have my business. That's it. You could also try, I do have my business. I do also get this is a very big dream of yours. This is something that you spent a lot of energy coming up with. Maybe even a lot of years, but definitely a lot of time and energy on it. And for this to come together, it's going to be a huge celebration. This is going to be something that really just, there's nothing that could top this for you. Now, this is why I thought possibly marriage. I hate my voice. I have the Queen of Pentacles with the Lovers. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is a very feminine energy typically. As I said, with your cards, I did have the King of Pentacles. So this could be somebody who's a match or counterpart to you. Could be a partner. Could just be somebody you do business with. But I feel like this female energy, if the two of you can make the choice to work together or make the choice to stay together, this is going to help you a lot. Whether it's funding, whether it's getting a building. I feel like it's something to do with building. Something to do with starting. But y'all have to make the choice to work together. And until you do, it's going to be a little harder for you. Okay, so that's... I knew it wasn't marriage as soon as you said education. So then that's what it's saying. Rely on the person you love. And that's going to be... Just flip it. And I'll say, whenever you get a reading like that, where you get 2 cards, we mostly read them as energy. Or at least I mostly read them as energy. So when it's a wrong gender mentioned, put it where it applies. It doesn't necessarily mean what I think it means in that position. Sometimes things just don't line up the way they should for me. I'm only human and I'm not perfect. No, you're fine. I had assumed because it was 2 kings in the business area. So I had assumed it was a male business. My baby lives with me. I seen. What kind of reading do you want, Miss Stacy? He is at daycare during the week, just so I can keep the scholarship. And because I am still in GED class, I go back to the college part tomorrow. And, well, I look for a job and get work. But he lives with me 24/7. You can get a general like what I just did, where we just see what comes out. I usually recommend that for a first timer just because you'll end up regretting a question or wishing you'd asked more. And that's how I interpret it. I just had the energy switched. That's what I'm thinking. If you do not want to do the general, you can ask any question you want, and I'll work with it to figure out how to read it. Or have the 2 of us can phrase it into something that's readable. Okie dokie. Thank you. I'll be back to chatting after this reading, guys. If you're watching and want a reading, they're $10. Linktree has my info. And if you're not into the reading, just bear with me. It'll be like 5 minutes or so. And like I said, that was my mistake. I shouldn't have assumed. Ooh! We have a new venture coming your way, either in work or creativity. I've only got 1 card, so I'm not sure which just yet. Possibly could be a new relationship too, but I only have the 1 card. It's work. Finance related. There's the 4 of Pentacles. I'm wondering if you're looking to change jobs. You're looking to get away from something. Let's put it that way. And putting a lot of energy into putting it together. Saving up your money. I'm really getting the impression it's to do with work or finances in some way. First card is the Page of Wands. This is where you would be in the thinking stage. You're not ready to put it into action yet. Gotcha. This is just the thought process, the idea. What could I do if? What could I do when? Fire energy is very passionate energy. It tends to It's the Kawaii Tarot deck from Five Below. It tends to burn very hot and out very fast, very temperamental energy. This could be putting that energy to use, in whatever way, whether it's creativity, whether it's working it out in your job. Wands also cover career. I have the Four of Pentacles as well, which is this is like Scrooge level saving here. Whether it's your time, energy, money, you are putting it all away as safe as you can, pulling yourself away from the real world and just saving up all you can. Whether it's energy and just, staying in and keeping yourself out of trouble, whether it's cutting ties with people so that it's not all in your lap, what have you. But I really get the vibe money plays in with that. I also have the Justice card, which tells me there is an issue of not just disagreement, but one side feeling like they're absolutely right while the other side feels like they're absolutely right, and they need a good middle ground. They need somebody in the middle or something in the middle to come together. The question is, are you stable enough to be that person? Are you going to be able to keep that temperamental energy away long enough to be that middle person? I don't think so. I think somebody who is more controlled in their emotional state maybe should be a mediator. Just because I get it. Remember I said you're leaving something, you're putting a lot of energy into it? I have the Chariot, which is a very strong willpower card. This issue is you're putting all of your energy, hey Amanda, all of your time, all of your thought into being right. And you would do anything to prove it. And this is why I don't think you're stable enough to make this work. You are very fiery, very, very easily upset, and it's not very hard to set off that temper for you. You are set in your ways, and in your ways you are set. Things are rocky, but with this card and the other two cards I have, I do believe it can be rebuilt, but you need somebody else to help you. The Tower is typically a card of instability and things being removed from your life to make room for better. It could be working out issues in relationships to rebuild them in a more stable fashion. Life, career, whatever it comes up for, it's rebuilding what you have into something more stable and getting rid of what you don't need. I feel like this has been a long-standing issue. This is not the first time you two have fought. This is not going to be the last time you two have fought. But maybe this time you can help fix some of the issues that lead to those fights. I have the King of Cups, which typically is masculine energy. Hey, Shawnee. Definitely a card of emotional stability. This person could never be rocked by anything. There is nothing you could throw at this person that would shock them, upset them. They could be told a person got abducted by aliens and they wouldn't even have an anxiety attack. They would just be like, okay. You probably know who this person is, whether it's a family member, a friend, on either side. This also could be telling you this is the energy you need to have. But definitely more emotional stability will get this resolved quicker. And I really would look for a third party who has no interest in the matter, who is neutral or maybe a mutual friend, family member, what have you, that you can get together. They have no horse in the race to get this sorted. I also have the Ace of Wands. As I said, you're going to have to learn to control that passionate, fiery temper of yours. You get so hard to your side. You get so hard to think outside of what you want that you just don't. You put all your energy into being right. And even if you're not, you might even find out you're not, but you'll never admit it. We got to work on that. Definitely got to work on that if you don't want this to be a repeat. But I do feel like if you can get that third party and ease some of that fieriness, you got a new beginning for you ahead. Readings are $10. Payment info is in the link tree in the bio. You're very welcome and good luck. Hey Kay, how are you? Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to start thinking to remind people. I'm used to being able to just say go to YouTube, but I haven't set up the laptop on this Wi-Fi yet. I know. It feels good to shop, period. I remember not being able to do that. Hello, Kiss. I know. I still feel bad. Thank you, Nikki. Tell me about it. I went to Walmart to pick up a script today and get a little bit of the things that I forgot to get at the store yesterday. Y'all, I think I've told you all about how I get Man a Squishmallow for each holiday because his first Squishmallow was for his first Halloween. I walked through Walmart. It was perfect. Tell me this wasn't worth $8. Could I really afford it? No. Is this why I have to do extra readings? Yes. Am I having regret? Seeing his little face when he gets that is going to make it all worth it. Thank you, Kala. Acme has these little racer cars. They're like $7 a piece. But they're the ones that you pull back and they actually go forward and the doors work and all of that. He's addicted to those too. He just... Resources for what, hon? For right now, yes, Mama. Well, I wouldn't say full-time per se, but I do 5 days a week. At least an hour and a half a day. That's how I'm paying the rent until I get a job. The baby dropped a bottle on my toe and I really think he broke it and it hurts really bad. Right now, I think the problem has been my availability since I'm still in class and we'll be doing 3 days a week here soon. I'm usually on around 11 a.m. Eastern time. Wednesdays and Thursdays will be after 12 p.m. Eastern. And I'm usually here at least an hour and a half. I'm still doing readings today if you want to get one in today. He is 15 and a half months. He'll be 16 months on the 1st. It does, and I know he didn't mean it, but it was I said bottle. But he has one of these types of cups that is like a bottle in the material, but it's a sippy cup, and it was full of milk, and it freaking hurt. You're welcome. I'll see you then. He's almost able to walk without holding one. He's down to holding one hand when he walks. Being around the kids his age that are walking has really helped him. He's also starting to speak in broken but sentences. When he wants his baba, he'll go, Mama, give baba. I don't know if he's saying get or give, but he says it. Mama, give baba. When he wants to talk to his dada, He says, Mama Gadada. Mama Gadada. Yes. And he can actually come in now. He cracked up last week watching him, the things he does. He started this new thing now when he gets excited. And you know how babies, when they're little, they get excited and they kick their feet while they're on their backs? You know, when they're like 4, 5, 6 months old? Man does that now. He gets so excited and falls over and does it on the ground and just like arches his back and just does all these things because he's excited and doesn't know what to do with it. And the whole time he's giggling away. Thank you, Jade. I don't know what started this, but it's funny to see, and his dad got to see it, so. I should record it and then figure out how to cover his face and share it one time. Y'all crack up. And I can't even tell you how many Man recorded videos and Man taken pictures are on my phone. And I won't delete them because so many of them are him. Awkward selfies, shots of his POV of his feet. Those are the best. I don't know if you saw the video I shared the one time of the video shot from his POV. And he got so excited because he thought he won and he kicked his feet up. Still one of my favorite ones to this day. Christy, are you ready for your reading, hon? I asked you earlier, but I never saw if you answered. Thank you, Goblin. Thank you, Cowboy. That's one thing I am noticing. It's pushing me out to people who used to follow my old page or people. Sure. That works. People that followed this page and maybe it glitched out and unfollowed you or whatever. It's getting me back to people I've lost. And a good bit of you I've remembered. Thank you, Shawnee Lynn. Thank you, Claire. No problem. I'm going to get in the shower after this, so I'm doing nothing. Okie dokie, sober. Can you tell? Oh, goodness. My ADHD is in overdrive today. Congratulations. Thank you, Goblin. I'm about to hit 16 months, and I'm starting to really enjoy seeing the people who are just starting and their little pink cloud of happiness, but it also makes me miss it. Not enough that I would relapse to get it, but I miss it. Thank you, Mama. One step at a time. I need to learn that things take time. They don't come immediately because I want them. I need to learn that I can sit still. I don't have to get up and move. I don't need to always be doing something. And I have to learn to schedule my own time. There, I think that covers all the bases. I want it now. Now, whatever it is, now. It could be a freaking dog turd to clean up, and I want it now. I hear ya. I just miss the pink cloud that you get when you're very first in. I don't miss the rest. What kind of reading, sober? I think so, too. There's a lot of self-medication, at least in my case, but in many cases, too. Not just for mental health, but running from trauma, running from bad situations. ADHD is trying to settle the noise. The pink cloud is an NA term for the euphoria that your first few months in sobriety carry, where it feels like nothing can go wrong and the world is just the best place ever. I was depressed in mine. I never really got to enjoy it. But I did have pieces of it, like how interestingly beautiful the world is, how good food tastes. Everything is amplified in a good way. Ooh. You're welcome, and congrats. Sober. Exactly. I don't know what you've been through or what you're going through, but you need to stop and rest now. It's time for you to stop putting all your energy into it, and it's time for you to relax. Thank you, Mama. First, I have the Strength card. If you, I don't want to say agree, but if you decide to contain the part of you inside that's making you keep going in a bad way, whether it's your ego, whether it's hurt feelings, thanks, Jess. You can pay for one if you want to. If you can just put a damper and remember, you've made it through worse, you can make it through this. That's a big first step. You may even be feeling weak right now. You can make it through this. It's hard. The original photo of this is a woman pushing a lion's mouth shut. Thank you. But I think there's more to this than what you're able to see. And I don't think it's worth the energy. I really don't. Readings are $10 and Linktree has my payment info. I have the Four of Swords, which tells me you need to relax, calm down, pull back, rest up. Get some of that peace back that you've been losing. It's going to not be easy. Like I said, you're going to feel like you're the weakest person ever. But I promise this rest is really going to help. I think you'll also find that this feeling of being crapped on all the time or everything going bad will change because now you're stepping in and taking control of your own luck. You're making your own luck. There is no more, let's see what the Wheel of Fortune brings me. You're making it happen this time. Then you need to get back to the things that really matter. I'm seeing some emotional and possibly mental work. And when I say that, I'm saying probably like depression, anxiety, and using the methods of writing it or speaking it out to be treated. Possibly a therapist, possibly a journal, maybe both. Focus more on this. Focus more on getting yourself right. That is more than enough work for you to do right now. That is more than enough for you to focus on. You got a lot of hard work ahead of you. Your name is Ashley. But there's a lot ahead for you to celebrate if you just put the work in and focus on taking care of you for a little while. What kind of reading, hon? Thanks, guys, for everybody who came in complimenting. As soon as I'm done readings, I'll come back to talk for a little bit. Keep in mind, I do need to get in the shower, so it might not be long, but we'll see. I don't do lost loved one anymore. You can get a general where you just see what comes out, like what we just did, or you can ask a specific question. Thank you, Liz. Readings are $10, and the info is in my link tree. I gotcha. Hey, Chrissy, I didn't see you come in. Okie dokie. I'm sorry, babe. You keep getting crapped on. I didn't even see you. This is an interesting reading. So, I'm going to get your name so I can verify who it is. 11 Mama. Has somebody reached out to you that you haven't spoken to recently? Possibly a friend or maybe a relative you don't see a lot. I see, Rebel. I got it. You are next after I got one more. Maybe like a cousin, something like that. You don't see a lot, but when you do, it's like your best friends. Okay. The reason I ask is I've got the Six of Cups, which is a reaching out. And that's what I got, like a feeling of a friend or family member reaching out after a long time. It could just be your need to reach out. It could be not so much the reaching out to people as it is to maybe old hobbies. Trying to get back in touch with yourself. Finding the you that was you, or finding the you that you were before everything happened. Yes, lovin', and please put reading in there, but I do not do lost loved one. Do not expect a lost loved one. I don't do those. Okay, so that's where, which I guess would make sense because it's coming up as close. This is great, but it's not going to happen all at once, and I do feel like you're struggling a little bit with that. Whatever is whatever was unexpected. This was not something that you planned out. You may have known that it was coming, but not right at this moment. You may have even like left everything you owned, basically. I know it's not true, but just that same feeling, that rush. That's how quick you tried to get away. You may even have lost belongings in your rush. For real, not just as a descriptor. You want it out of there, you want it out of there now, and you took it. You want to fix things, and you want it now. And I just feel like there's a lot of things that you need to balance. I have the Two of Pentacles. Readings are $10. And you have to be 18 or older. Two of Pentacles is a card not just of physical balance, as in, holding things together, running the house or whatever. It's also financial balancing, a robbing Peter to pay Paul type of energy. This may be a little financially hard, and you may have a lot on your hands, but as time goes on, you'll get yourself a routine that'll make it easier. And that's where temperance comes in. Try to remember, as upsetting, as irritating, as scary as it can be, you can make the best you possibly could of a bad situation and make it as livable as you can. I know that doesn't do much now, but do know you have the chance to make this as good as you possibly can. Just because it's a bad situation doesn't mean you have to suffer all the way. It's funny you said 3 kids. I did have the 3 of Cups, which is part of why I thought friend. But just know you're loved. And those closest to you, they're never going to give up on you. I wouldn't be surprised if this is your kids. The 3 making sense. But definitely there's a lot of love surrounding you. And a lot of support. Even if it's just emotional. Right now, I think you need to tap into whatever your higher power is and try to remember this is a chance to restart fresh. This is a chance to go rebuild. I saw you got a couple ahead of you. Just listen to your name. See, this is an opportunity, not a loss, is what I'm trying to say. And trust that in time, you will have the comfort that you feel like you're missing right now. You've got to stop pushing for everything to happen right this minute, though. Baby is good. All right, Caitlin. He is almost 16 months old. I hear ya. Just hang in there. Make it the best of it and let him vent. There's not much he can do. He's feeling out of control right now. Or he's feeling his lack of control right now. Don't let it stress you. Also, can you believe I'm sitting here keeping track of y'all's names without a book? You're very welcome. Thank you. Oop. Okay. Oh, they're this way. Well, thank you. Well, I'm glad you're trusting me to let me do it for you. You're looking for a sense of direction. That is the first thing that comes through. Well, thank you. You are looking to find your way and you just don't know how. You don't know where to look. You don't know where to start. Whether it's venturing out by yourself, moving to a new place, an offer you're not sure what to take. This is literally usually drawn as a woman standing in a ring of 8 swords with a blindfold on. There's an opening in front of her, and if she just trusted, she could walk through it and be fine, but all she knows is there's swords around her and she doesn't know where to go. I don't think it's as bad as all that for you, but I do feel like there's a search. Whether it's something missing and you just don't know what it is, whether it's a choice that you've been given, as I said, and you just don't know what choice to make. If it is a choice, this is not a life-changing choice, so you don't have to stress over it that much. But definitely sensing that need for a sense of direction and that sense of something just not being right or being here. I also have the 3 of Swords, which is generally a heartbreak, depression, sadness type card. This, I do feel, is tied to that 8 of Swords. Like the situation is a downer, not so much like you're down. But the situation's really bringing you down. And it's really, I see. I'm excited. That's really good. So what do you feel like you're missing? You need to ask yourself that. Whatever it is hurting your heart looking for. It's funny you did say a new career. Congratulations. Readings are $10. Payment info is in the link tree in the bio. The Six of Wands is a card of celebration and recognition. It's a card of overcoming. It's a card of achievement. Generally, it has to do with laurel leaves. A battle hard won. This isn't something you're doing easily. This isn't something that came easily. But you wanted it and you got it. And you need to enjoy this. Stop. Just take a breath and just let yourself bask in the happiness that is, I did the damn thing. Whenever you're feeling bad, down, low, whatever, bask in that I did the damn thing. That's going to be a big help right there. I know you are just beginning and there is a little bit of concern about money, but I do feel like there are people who can help you if you are willing to ask. Once you ask, just be sure you keep your word. You don't want these people to feel like they can't trust you when they help you, because these are the type of people who would help you forever. This is a whole fresh new start and definitely is going to be tough, but I do feel like you're going to master it very quickly, and you've already got the knowledge you need. You've already done this before. You already know what to do. So don't let it hold you back. Period. It doesn't have to. Give it a couple months. Things will be on track, and hopefully by then you'll lose that feeling of something missing, and you'll lose that sense of instability that you have right now. Which I think that might be what you're searching for, is stability. You're very welcome. I hope things clear up soon. I really do. It looks like just a few months, everything will be all right. Don't hesitate to ask for the help you need in the meantime. I got it. Listen for your name. You've got this reading and one more ahead of you. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, I do not do lost loved ones anymore. This is Rebel's pool. I'm sorry. Rebel, are you still here, babe? Okie dokie. What kind of reading do you want? Okie doke. There we go. That's more like it. I'm telling you what to do, sir. Ma'am. I just want you to know I don't remember any readings I've done for you. Hey, Miss Marie. He's at daycare right now, Clay. I do not remember any readings for you, but I do feel like you're very overwhelmed with something you've done to yourself. Whether it's a bad relationship, whether you've gotten into the wrong things, whether you have a mental health problem you refuse to... Okay, I thought... Oh, no, it was Ash. I'm sorry. It was Ash who said that. Whatever this energy is, it's something you know you could fix if you tried, but you just haven't done it. And now it's getting overwhelming. I feel like you're afraid of the work. If this isn't you, it's somebody close to you. I used to get a lot of crap because I would say it has to do with addiction, but that is literally one of the things that the devil card signifies, is addiction. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what this is. Even if it's not full addiction in the typical sense of, gambling, drinking, whatever. There could be maybe being addicted to a relationship, being addicted to TV. There's more than just using that this would cover. I said relationship, see? This has led you to a not good position. And I can see that right off the top. As I said, there's that devil. You got yourself into this and you know what to do to get out. But as overwhelming, as stressing, as crazy as it is, you will not break those chains. You need to spend time with your friends. Focus on the people that are closest to you. Thank you, Cammie. But aren't lovers. You need to find your fulfillment of not being alone in friendships, not relationships, because you're pulling the wrong type to you and it's landing you in a bad position every single time. This is going to take some work. It is. This is not going to be overnight. Some of that work may be to move out, whether it's you or the other person, and that's what you're feeling the fear of. But once you get the idea, put it into motion pretty quick. We're talking as quick as a candle catches fire quick. Don't sit around waiting for the right moon sign to come up. You need to go now. I know money is also a concern. Don't let it be. I also have the Four of Cups, which reiterates this for me. Do not let this stop you from breaking up. Do not let that fulfillment stop you. Do not let money stop you. There is nothing that should be keeping you here, period, with anybody. And once this is over, once there's nobody else, I want you to take at least a year by yourself. Do some work. Take care of you. Get some self-help books. Maybe talk to a therapist. See a psychiatrist. Hi, Claire. Get yourself some work to figure out why you're so afraid of being alone. And go from there. But at least a year needs to be spent alone. You're welcome. All right, Ash Pole. What kind of reading, babe? Look, I'm so proud of myself. I have nothing here to tell me who is next. Nothing. Trash bag. A windowsill. Nothing. Stuffies. When have you ever seen me do this? Like this, I'm surprising myself I can even do this like this. Okie dokie. And then once I'm done Crazy's reading, I'm going to go ahead and call it because I do still need to get in the shower. Thank you, Ash. They are $10, but I am done taking new readings today. I'll be back tomorrow after 12. Same with that, I'm able to say, you can also DM me and get a personal reading as well. Same cost, $10. Cash App is in my link tree. I try and get them done within 24 hours. It can be over a video service. It could be via Messenger. I can type it out for you. Liz, I'll go ahead and take you today. And then that's it. I'm not taking any more readings. But you're coming up next, crazy. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. All right, if you're sure, because it looks like I'm getting another one anyway. The first thing when I ask you, crazy, do you have a lot going on? Because this is the definition of a lot going on that just landed here. And if you don't, I'll go ahead and just reshuffle. You don't have to give details, just a yes or no. I'm not crazy. I feel crazy. First of all, I get the vibe that you are the matriarch of the family. You are the one in charge. You're the one people look to. Whether it's just as a mom, whether it's as a grandmom, whether it's as the elder sibling. No, I'm done yours, Ash. I just finished yours. I did Rebel, I called you, you said you wanted a general, and I did yours, and then I went and checked who was next and showed that there was nothing around me. You said, General, please. Hello, General, please. I'm proud of you, seeing how far you come. Rebels was about, all right, I'll redo it then. Sorry, crazy. Give me a second. No, don't be sorry. It probably is my mistake. I have ADHD. It does happen sometimes. I could have sworn I did yours, though. I hate this because I do it to myself all the time. And I literally, in my head, I don't know what happened. Yes, I do. I stopped to block somebody. That's what happened. So I'm sorry for arguing with you because that was definitely my fault. Somebody come in here calling me Gollum and I blocked them and it threw me off of your reading. Thank you, Shy. Gollum, you know, the character from Lord of the Rings. Hey, I've been doing the work, I promise. It's because they're mad I'm making money and they're not. They can't call me a scammer because everybody who's buying is happy. So what else do? They just got to try and bring me down. Thank you, Quartz. A lot of pages here and a lot of nights. However, the one thing that really catches my eye, to the point I'm going to pull it first, I mean, it was a faceless person, Amy. Maybe you're right. I have the Five of Cups, which is a card of like missed opportunities or being so caught up in the bad that you're missing the good. And I feel like it's a little bit of both for you. There is something that you wanted or you were doing. You had a chance to really go far with this. You lost it and you can't get over it. This could be a relationship since it is cups. This could be, and when I say relationship, it could be familial, it could be a loving or a lover, you name it. But I feel like you're so caught up on this loss that it's tainting everything else you're doing. And it's making it feel harder than it needs to. Part of me feels like you are aware of this and you're trying to remind yourself there is better. Mentally, you're sitting here thinking this through and realizing there is more to it. But the problem is, this was something you're so passionately caught up on, so intensely wanted, that you just don't know what to do, and then fly off the handle and get in your feels. I feel like this is a way you respond to a lot of setbacks. It's just your nature. So I would say take some action on not getting so involved. This is going to take honest work. You're going to have to work on your inside and outside to get this done. You're not able to flip a switch and do it. This is going to take a lot of self-control. Thank you, Itch. It's going to take a lot of learning. But that is your problem. Readings are $10. That is your problem right there. You get so intensely and emotionally wrapped up in things, so passionately want it, that it leads you to depression, to feeling like you've lost it all when it fails. Now, I also have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card of travel. I feel like this has to do with movement, moving forward, leaving behind. And it came through just as I went to say that. And that's what's hurting. I would like to say there's better out there in your career field. Thank you, TT. I would like to say that. I don't want to get your hopes up. I'm not sure that you'll be able to be this passionate about another job. And that's the hang up. All I can tell you is give it a chance. If you really want to leave, go ahead. Make sure you have a job to go to first. Don't leave yourself hanging in the breeze. But take what you've learned and apply it. You've put all this work in, now use it. And enjoy time with your family and the closest people to you so that you can kind of find some peace in the meantime. Thank you. And yes, I am diabetic. That's a weird switch of topic there. Right, Liz? You know, I don't always understand. Sometimes it does take you to clarify, but that was funny. We are, Tracy. How are you? Sorry for the mix-up, and I promise I honestly believed I did yours. I am so sorry. Crazy Care, are you ready? For real this time. You're welcome, Ash. Good luck. I know you wanted a general, and I'm already picking up a lot, and it's really got it's got you confused. It's got you lost. I don't remember all the cards that came up, but I know there was a lot of swords in that first pool. Thank you. Doing it again. I need to go to storage and get my selenite out. I don't know where I put them. Do you guys remember the Good Vibes candles I got? I pulled them out of storage Sunday. Well, there's the Empress. Didn't I tell you were a matriarch? I'm pretty sure that was your reading that I did it with. I see at least 3 cards I remember seeing the first time. It's not as chaotic. So let me try and see if I can remember. Hey, Sandra. Just really quick off the top of my head, I know it was a lot of swords, which is a lot of mental confusion, a lack of communication, and needing more communication. It is a time to maybe write down what you're feeling instead of trying to speak. Whatever that situation was, it's coming down to a problem with communication and definitely is causing a lot of chaos. That is off of what I remember. There was a lot going on. And I'm sorry, I should have taken a picture before I picked it up. I do have the Empress again, though, which I was saying it feels like you're a matriarch. Whether it be mom, grandmom, elder sibling, people come to you. Like you're the lead here. So you're used to kind of running things. Now, there may be times that you step down for a partner or another loved one, but you're just fine going back and forth. Hello. I do feel like at the end of the day, I wouldn't say that you would change this role for anything. I wouldn't say that at all. But I do feel like that role is part of what this communication issue that I was seeing in the first reading was. It's got something to do with your position as the head. This was one of the other cards. It was the last card that I had drawn on the first one. And this is telling you that whatever is happening, whether it's an actual legal thing or just this communication thing, you will get what you deserve. Everything is going to come out right. Everybody will get their just desserts. Just give it time. This is not up to you or to them to work out. I just feel a lot of confusion. I feel a lot of, like I said, lack of communication or needing more communication. Maybe somebody told you too much, but I'm really getting a lack, not not too much. I'm really getting lack. I also feel like it's kind of coming at you from all sides. Everywhere you turn, you feel like you're in a pretty good position in life. You've done pretty good. But now that this is happening, it's making you question a lot of things. You are still secure. You are able to stay where you are. You are able to work through this and be okay. I would not stress too much about getting knocked from your position. Is somebody competing with you to be the matriarch? Another sibling, maybe? Or the leader. I won't rule out males. I feel like that's what it comes down to. Okay. As soon as I said, it's not going to knock you off, that's what crossed my mind. Hopefully it's just a fluke on my end. But anyway, don't let all of the chaos and everything get to you, make you step out of your role, or make you get out of character. Just know you are where you were meant to be. The confusion will settle down the way that it should. I have the Four of Cups. I cannot for the life of me remember the illustration because I know I was going to explain it to you. Thank you, Rebecca. But to me, this actually comes through as like holding your emotion. Holding back. You're missing good things because you're too emotionally invested. And not in a negative way. Not like terribly. You let yourself get hurt too easily. There's what I should say. You let yourself get wrapped up and take things to heart very easily, especially other people's problems. This confusion, I think, may actually be somebody else's issue that you're worried about. Yes, there's chaos in your life too. You mean like the Nine of Pentacles says? This is typically a woman standing in a garden, and she's got all her little coins growing on bushes around her, and she's just taking time to soak in what she's earned. Sounds good. But that is it. Keep in mind, if you do personals, they are the same cost and are done via a video service. I've had some people ask me to type it out. I've had some people ask for like a YouTube video of it. I can do any of that. So just let me know. And I will see you all tomorrow. Much love, guys. Thanks so much for being here and listening to me today. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.